boys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today we got another really fun one for you guys. So I made a rarest car video a couple weeks ago now, and you guys seem to really enjoy it, and you mentioned that there was a few that I happened to leave out. So today we're going to be covering those ones. There's also a few new ones we have to add into the list. We're going to be looking at just about 5 of them today. And in the future, hopefully this week sometime, I plan on making a rarest cars in Forza history. Mostly it's just going to involve Horizon 4 and Horizon 5 because I didn't get into Horizon 3, so I won't include it in that one because I'm not too sure. But when I get my hands on the game, we'll include it in a future video. Anyways, let's hop into the number 5 spot. These are going to be in descending order from least rarest to most rare. Now, before we actually get into the list, there was a lot of comments about both of these cars in the last video. I'm not going to include either on the list because I don't think they should actually count. I don't have one of them because you had to buy some nail polish stuff in order to get it, but it's the Ford GT OPI edition. Again, you had to buy something outside of the game in order to get it, so I'm not going to include it on this list. That's number 1. And the second one I'm going to include on this runners up is the Ford 5-window Deluxe Forza edition. Again, this one you had to buy a controller pretty much before the game released. I got scammed buying one, and then I actually was able to get it. Anyways, not worth it in my opinion, but I didn't want to put either of these on the actual list just to avoid confusion, so we're going to include them just before. But at our number 5 spot today, I figured I'd include one that's pretty rare. In fact, you can only get one of these in the game unless you want to go to the auction house. But that being said, everyone is able to get it after you collect a certain amount of Ferraris in your Ferrari selection. You then unlock this car, but you can only do it once. At one point, this car was constantly selling for 20 million. It was a very sought after vehicle. Now the price has been locked a little bit lower, so people don't put them up for sale quite as often, thus making this a pretty rare car. It looks amazing. It's definitely one of my favorite cars in the game. When I play GTA, which isn't too often, this is the car. I can't remember what it's called in that game, but this is just one of my all-around favorite cars just because of how cool it looks. So anyways, this is our number 5 spot, the Ferrari LaFerrari, accessible to everyone in the game at some point. Now these next 2 cars, I don't know if I'll really even be able to fully show these off because I haven't been able to get my hands on them. There's some pretty rare cars that I didn't know about in this game, so then I didn't even have to show off. And that first one is going to be the Maserati 8CTF. I'm curious as to what the caption said there, but I do remember when this car initially came out into Forza, lots of them were going up for sale, and I know people get annoyed when I don't show the actual name of the car. This is all it's called, so you can check under Maserati. There's not a whole lot of them in the game. There's a good chance you have this car. I had a few at some point, and I ended up getting rid of mine because I didn't think they were going to rise up to 20 million, and I also didn't think they were going to end up being that rare. I figured this would be one of the cars that Forza releases generally, but they've only done it the one time, and if you didn't get it in the festival playlist that one week, then you would be out of luck. And I think that one week that they did release them was, I want to say, like 3 or 4 months ago. I know some people were a little annoyed at my inaccuracy in the past video, so don't take that at face value, but it has been quite a while since this car has been in the game. Go ahead, check your garage, see if you have it. I unfortunately have not been able to get my hands on it. I've been trying before I recorded this, but yeah, just none are coming up. Now, this next one, I didn't think I was going to be able to show it to you at all because I was searching again for this one, but none came up. But right just now, I was fortunate enough to be able to get one, so we're going to hop in it. Now, the AT37 is a Land Cruiser, but I also can't pretend like I know a whole lot about this car, like when it was released, how you were able to get it once it was released, because frankly, I didn't even know this car was rare until so many of you in the comment sections of the last video were letting me know. So instead of giving you inaccurate information, I'm just going to tell you what I do know about this car, that it's a lot like the 4Runner. It's very hard to get your hands on. Probably took me about 15 to 20 minutes of searching. I couldn't find it, and then I got super lucky just before I started picking up the video again and was able to get my hands on it. And it's Honestly, just good if you're either collecting cars or wanting to go off-roading. I can't see myself using this car for a whole lot, but it's very cool to own since it's such a rare vehicle. So this is going to be our number 3 spot. Very happy I was able to show it off for you guys. Let's get into number 2. Now at number 2, this is a little bit different because normally in our past 2, this has been our number 1 car. It stays strong at number 1. Depending on when you're watching this, maybe Forza re-released it, I doubt it. But it's the Gyarados Spider here. Probably a good amount of you have your hands on them because it is known for being such a rare car. It's so sought after that this is the one out of this list that many people try to get their hands on. It is only released the one time, but that being said, lots of people got their hands on it. And since it is a Lamborghini, it's a supercar, it looks super cool, and it's so rare, not a lot of them go up for auction. It's a $20 million car, and I have been fortunate enough to get my hands on quite a few here. Lots of you guys in the comment section of the last video were letting me know how many you guys had. I think that's pretty cool, but that being said, this thing has been dethroned. It's no longer, to be fair, the last 2 videos, I didn't even know this other car was in the game. It's so rare and so few people have it that I assumed that this Gyarados Spider was the rarest vehicle in the game. So I'm very excited to have something dethrone it for once. But it is still a very strong number 2 car, very sought after. Many people probably would rather have this than the number 1 spot car. But that being said, number 1 spot is still a lot harder to get. So let's take a look at it. And it's this one that you can see on screen right now. I really struggle pronouncing this name, so I'm not even gonna try. I always get teased every single time. But I'm just gonna call it the Carlton. And I, frankly, you're right. There were a lot of comments saying when you don't know what the rarest car in the game is because it's so rare. You're right. I didn't even know this car existed in the game. I didn't know it was rare. It kind of just slid under the radar. And for that reason, not a lot of people got their hands on it. And I've been trying for a little bit to get my hands on one for this video. I didn't try as much because I knew my chances were pretty slim compared to the rest of them. So I put my time more into the other ones. But that being said, I feel like I must have had one of these at some point. I'm gonna go check my car masteries, and actually, unfortunately, I have not had one of these. I've had the other 2. This is the last one I need to collect, so probably after I'm done recording this, I'm gonna try and get my hands on one of these. Again, I had no idea it was the rarest car in the game. I really kind of do want to know what it looks like. I feel like it's not going to be as nice as the Gyarados. Well, I actually do know what it looks like. I googled some pictures of it. But anyways, no idea this one even existed. So thank you guys. If I missed any more on this list, make sure you let me know down below so I can go ahead and get my hands on some more. Anyways, boys, that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. Again, let me know what I missed, if there were any more rare cars that you want to see on the next one. If you made it all the way through to the end, let me know down below. As always, we'll see you boys in the next video. I'm out. Oh, peace.